Look, Look, A Bear with a Book. Written by Thal Dixon. Illustrated by Jim Hawks. Read by the author. It was storming that day. We were both stuck inside. The playground was soaked from the swings to the slide. We couldn't go out. Mom had said it again. With weather like this, you need to stay in. But why? I protested. Why can't we go play? Why must we be stuck in this house every day? It's not every day, explained Mother once more. I just don't need mud being tracked on my floor. Okay, I conceded. I'll give it a rest. There was no use to argue or act like a pest. There had to be something inside we could do, a game we could play, or a movie to view. Here, replied Mother, I've got just the thing. She handed us paper, scissors, and string. Go draw me a picture or make a new mask. There's glue in the drawer you can have if you ask. So into the kitchen went Brother and I. Feeling so bored, we thought we would die. There was nowhere to go and nothing to see. But what do you do when you're sick of TV? Cutting and pasting, we worked until lunch, when Mom fed us sandwiches, cookies, and punch. We helped with the dishes and cleaned up the floor, then heard a strange knock coming from the front door. Who would be coming to see us, I thought? Old Mrs. Jones or my brother's friend Scott? But it was still raining, so that couldn't be. Scott would be stuck in the house just like me. Go get that, said Mother while pulling the drain, so I went to the window and looked through the pane. Out on the porch he stood clearing his throat, a bear with a book and a gray overcoat. Why would this bear come and visit today? A full storm was raging, the sky was dark gray. The birds were not singing and no one was out, so why would this bear wander out and about? I took a deep breath as I opened the door, and what I saw next put my jaw on the floor. There he stood smiling. I hoped he was nice. His teeth were so huge, I had to think twice. May I come in? Said the bear with the book. This weather is awful, he cried as he shook. His brown fur was soaked along with his clothes. His cheeks had turned rosy along with his nose. He stood very tall, about 3 times my size. He wore reading glasses in front of his eyes. The glasses were fogged, and his watch had gone dead. Water dripped down from the hat on his head. Sure, I half gulped as I motioned him in. Then he pulled out a hanky and mopped up his chin. And though I was scared of what Mother would say, there was something that told me this bear was okay. He slipped off his shoes on the mat by the door, then gave me his hat that was soaked to the core. Thanks, said the bear as he gave me his coat. On a day like today, I should travel by boat. A brief introduction's in order, I think, then perhaps you can find me a seat and a drink. My name is Sir Matthew Bartholomew Bear, and I've come here today with a message to share. I've brought you a book that I know you'll enjoy. My cubs simply love it, 2 girls and a boy. This book's full of magical stories untold, and I sense there's a new story here to unfold. The places it takes you, the places you'll see, the glimpses it gives of the things you can be. Go gather your family and have them come in. The book wants to open. It's time to begin. Off went the lights as the yard flashed with light, then fading to black like a cold moonless night. The darkness was everywhere, inside and out, and the thunder came crashing behind with a shout. I'm sorry, I stammered. Please come have a seat. I'll go fix the lights and get something to eat. Just sit, said the bear. It is time for the show. Then he set down the book, and it started to glow. Pay attention, young children, the bear started in. As he opened the book, put his hand to his chin, and yelled like a crazy man, show us the way. Magic book, find us a place we can play. Whatever these children dream they can be, wherever they want to travel and see. There is never a ceiling and never a wall. Good tales are never too long or too tall. I couldn't believe it, but yet it was so. There on the pages were places to go. A park, the ocean, a dock by the lake, the moon or a jungle. This couldn't be fake. These were my dreams on the page of this book, like someone had stepped in my head for a look. The bear only smiled and told me to choose. Since all were my choices, I couldn't refuse. I pointed my finger and out went the light. The book had stopped glowing. I hoped this was right. We all started floating around in the air. Me, my brother, and even the bear. We all had on spacesuits, and if that wasn't weird, our couch, the room, our house disappeared. Miles from home in a ship up in space, we were headed for somewhere, and I knew the place. The moon was one place I had seen in the book, so I went to the window and had me a look. There in my view was the sun's morning light. The dawn of a day on the moon was a sight. Mountains of moon rock covered the land, craters of darkness and valleys of sand. Off in the distance, the earth looked so small, suspended in space, like a white and blue ball. Then something happened. The lights turned to red. Alarms started ringing. I thought we were dead. "Hold on," screamed the bear. "I've lost all control. The ship's not responding. We're starting to roll. Strap yourselves in. We're going to crash." Then down in the water, I went with a splash. "Nice try," said the bear as I came up for air. The spacesuits were gone, and the ship wasn't there. The bear and my brother were now in a boat, each wearing a vest that would help them to float. I was down in the water and I had on skis. I was holding a rope that was tucked in my knees. "Hold tight," yelled the bear as the boat sped away, yanking me up as the water gave way. I was now up on top of the lake with my skis, enjoying the water, the sun, and the breeze. Brother was waving and cheering me on, but then in a blink, the water was gone. Elephants trampled the ground as we shook. I now had a rifle. The bear had the book. We were hunting for tigers to put in the zoo, but our cages were empty, and our rifles were too. My brother looked worried, and so did the bear. They were looking behind me like something was there. I turned and I jumped when there in my sight was a man-eating tiger all ready to fight. "Nice, kitty," I called as I slowly stepped back and tried to act calm so it wouldn't attack. The tiger crouched down. I was sure we were dead when a wonderful thought just popped into my head. "Turn the page," I screamed to the bear with the book, and quick as a blink, that was all that it took. The tiger was gone like the ship up in space, like the boat and the skis without even a trace. One turn of the page, we were safe from our doom, back on our couch in our house in our room. It had been like a dream left for others to share, from a magical book and a magical bear. Then Mother came in and she laughed with a smile. "Thank you, Bartholomew. It's been quite a while since you came to Grandma's house long, long ago and showed a young girl this same book with a glow. You changed me forever when you helped me see that to cure a kid's boredom, a book is the key. You taught me that reading would open my mind and showed me a glimpse of the treasures I'd find. Today it's my kids that have learned and have grown by taking your book for a ride of their own. You have opened their world and I'd ask you to stay, but the sun has come out and the kids can go play." "That's fine," said the bear. "I must go anyway. It's time for my dinner. I've been here all day. My wife will be angry if I show up late, but thanks for the memories. The travels were great." Then just like the flash of the camera at night, the bear with the book disappeared from our sight. But sometimes I hear him, way back in my head, "You should never be bored with a book to be read." Thank you for joining us today at Kids Poetry and Storytime with Thal Dixon. Want to know when we upload a new video? Hit subscribe and be one of the first.